Yo, what is going on? This is Ricardo with the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we are about to get started with Open Mic Live. I've got my guest here with me today, Dawn Shumway, DDPQ. What is going on, my friend? And as always, we're going to start off with a word from our sponsors, but also this is going to be Within the Trenches, episode 523. We will be right back.
At InDigital, we know the public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESI Net goes beyond industry standards, not only i3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
Have you ever met a 911 professional and asked, what's the worst call you've ever taken? Well, here's your answer. I heard your last breath the night you flipped your four-wheeler. I tried to call you the day you committed suicide by driving your car into a tree. Blue face, cold to the touch. I helped you with CPR after you found your infant face down, not breathing. It messed me up. I did everything I could, but it wasn't enough. You were with me from the beginning, Grandma. 27 years later, I took the 911 call when you died. How fitting to be there for me in the beginning, and I was there for you in the end. I miss you, Grandma. I am 911. This is but a glimpse into the world of emergency dispatch. But what is it really like to answer a call during someone's nightmare? What is the impact on the first responder answering the call? From Titletown Publishing, and available on Amazon or where you purchase your favorite books and ebooks. Imagine listening. Your worst day is our everyday.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Hello, good evening, and welcome back. We are back, and I am very excited. Hello, Dawn. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Yeah.
I got my hot cocoa,
Oh.
and it's my elf cup.
Oh, very nice. Cheers.
Does someone need a hug?
I've got, and I have my zombie squad. Aha.
There you go.
So as I mentioned earlier before we went into that word from our sponsor, this is actually going to be Within the Trenches episode 523, but this is going to be a special Christmas episode. This is going to be Open Mic Live, and we're here with all of you. This live broadcast is sponsored by InDigital, a leader Next Gen Core Services, and a big shout out to patrons of the podcast, as well as Facebook subscribers, and all of those who send stars. Thank you very, very much. Please make sure to share this broadcast, throw in some reactions, and we're going to have a good time. But as always with Open Mic Live, how are you feeling? How are you doing? On a scale of 1 to 10, let's check in with each other. 1 being shitty and 10 being awesome. How are you feeling? Dawn, how are you feeling?
I'm a 10. Yay.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
Well, because my friend gave me this hat. That was cool. And I'm just like really in the holiday spirit also. I just like the good one, not the stressy one. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
that is always good. It is always good to have that one. I love that. And we've got Dawn coming in at a 10, Sabrina coming in at a 10, Chelsea at a 7. This is awesome. We've got some high numbers already with folks coming in, and I'm right there with you. I'm at a 10, man. I'm feeling good. I'm excited. I also have a Christmas shirt that my family got me. It says "Stay Jolly." Oh yes, and then of course we've got our Santa beanies. Mm. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So we are going to have some fun tonight. We're going to be sharing some stories, some dispatch stuff. But first, I hear that you recently had a kind of like a Christmas party, right? And you got an awesome gift. So before we get to that gift, I want to show this picture. I this As soon as you told me about this, I was like, "Oh, Dawn,
Yeah.
you're the best. You are the best." So, I wanna put this on the screen really quick, and for those who are watching and listening right now, and, especially those who are listening, I'll describe this here in a moment. But for those who are watching this, I want you to tell me where this I'm just gonna put on the screen, and we'll go from there. So, here we go. Oh, look at that. Dude. So, okay. So the Jello mold,
Yeah.
what does that remind you of? And when you told me that you had done this, it was freaking
Yeah, we were
amazing,
having
man.
like a work potluck. We
Yeah.
had it just yesterday, so we were having this work potluck. I don't even know if Cassie ate any. Yeah, I like looked up like 3 tutorials on this. I didn't quite get it to set, so it's still in the container, but I wanted to pull it off.
Dude,
It looks perfect.
yes, it is. It is perfect because all I can hear is Cousin Eddie. Well,
Yeah.
more so Clark, because in the beginning, he's the one who when he's eating the Jello, you can hear him, like, grinding those pieces of cat food and stuff, and it's Aunt Edna, right? Is it
Yeah.
Edna or
Yeah.
and
I I think so. But
I don't
yeah,
remember.
it's
I think
funny.
Go ahead.
Yes. So, well, we didn't finish eating this, and so, like, and this was just during, like, our lunch break. So, anyways, I took it to the floor so that because this was just like in the office we were having stuff because we had a bunch of stuff everywhere. Anyways, and so this was just like our a small one. We were just doing a lunch together. We decided,
Mhm.
and then we took like we were feeding the floor as well, and then a couple of them started singing the or doing the Pledge of Allegiance. When I brought it out because she does that. But
Yes.
it was actually yeah, it was funny. So it's just chocolate Lucky Charms instead of like cat food, but it was pretty fun to make. So if you guys want something, if you guys have something coming up, a holiday party, and you're like, what should I take? You need to make this. It's from the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation movie.
Mhm.
When she brings the green Jello with her cat food in it. But it's just kind of fun things to bring up some fun, and then we just did a small white elephant exchange. And I actually stole this gift from Cassie because I wanted to have it. Look at you. And it was this. Can you see it?
Okay, hold on. Let me pull this off here
Okay,
really
okay.
quick. Okay, everyone look at this, and for those who are listening, this book says 50 Shades of Chicken.
Yes.
This is craziness. So describe, please, for those who are not just watching, but for those who are listening, especially because this is a podcast episode as well.
Describe. Okay, well, so
Yes.
with, with the 50 Shades of Chicken, it says it's 50 recipes bound to be delicious. And then on the front, there's a chicken that's bound. And on the back, it says, this isn't about getting me hot till my juices run clear. And then a little rest. There's pulling, jerkings, and stuffing and trussing. Anyways, it goes on to say, so begins the initiation of a young free range chicken at the hands of a mysterious, domineering cook. Anyways, this spoof in a cookbook makes dinner a turn on with 50 recipes that will enthrall you, including dripping thighs, sticky fingers, And then it goes, I don't know how much I like. There's more.
Whoa.
There's like things like, for those who can see, let's see if I can do it. There's like spread eagle chicken.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, like anyways, yeah, so it's the recipes, the titles, it's so funny. Yeah. It just is me like there's not one part that you wouldn't laugh of this. So
What's one of the recipes?
flattered breasts. And then yeah, like you know, and there's some like spicy fowl. I can't read that one.
Oh, I can't
Yeah,
even
like there's
imagine
like
what it says on there.
yeah.
Oh, that is
And then like there's
hilarious.
like birds gone wild. Um but, like so there's sections of them and then you can get like a hot rubbed hen and so there's it's just full like of some fun things in here. You just can't go wrong with this.
All
So
all I all I can imagine going back to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is that scene where, Clark is talking to the girl there in the mall in the department store, and
yeah,
and and they're talking and stuff, and, he's talking about a Yule log, and she's like, "What?" And he's like, "You know, a log, not that I have a log, not that I wouldn't have," and
yeah,
he just keeps going back and forth. 'Tis the season to be merry.
it is. That's so funny.
Let's see. Cassie says, "And sexy shirtless man posed with chicken."
Yeah, that's a bonus. So it's like I don't know. It's just
That
it's really
is
comical. So like honestly, but it actually has really good recipes. So
wow.
yeah, it's actually useful. But anyways, I just think like if you're looking for fun things, I think that's what makes Christmas fun is like seeing this lightheartedness of it. That's why I really like the movie Elf, and then just with the green Jello, and then with this book, it's just all fun stuff. So yeah, there's
Yes,
some
yeah.
updates.
Going back really quick over here to the green Jello. For those who are watching and listening, that's what was on the first picture is this Jello mold that is a replica from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. This was done at the center, the dispatch center that Dawn works at, and that was one of the coolest things I think too that I enjoyed in dispatch was that we would get together and we would do things like this. We'd have the potluck, and
Yeah,
then each supervisor, like we all supervisors, all of us got together and we put together bags like presents for all of the dispatchers and stuff, and it was always a good time, man. It was really cool. That was one of the things that I really enjoyed about the holidays there in dispatch.
I agree.
So I am so glad that we were able to start out with that because it's
Yep,
funny right off the bat.
it's funny. It's funny. I don't know if you guys in the comments if you guys got a really funny white elephant gift, like let us know because I was like googling like what to get. I ended up going with something safe, but because I was worried, I was gonna do a charcuterie board shaped in
Mhm.
something, but and it was so funny because my boss was so worried that I was gonna be inappropriate. So like he was texting me and he was like, "Is your gift going to be appropriate?" And I was like, and it was funny because it was this gift that I got was from our secretary. Of all people. It was so funny. I was like, "You were worried about me when you should have been worried about her." So that part made
Uh,
me laugh. Yeah,
that's
but
hilarious.
I did not do any special charcuterie boards. But yeah. Yeah,
The
dispatchers
fuzz says
inappropriate hour.
dis yeah.
Like, yeah,
"No, you don't
yeah.
say," says Fuzz.
Yeah, it's so
Uh,
funny.
that is good stuff. Do you have, Dawn, any memories, any, like, Christmas memories while being in the center? Whether it be
Uh,
calls or just, like, fun stuff that happened?
like 'cause some of it, like, I get one of the memories, and this is just like a random one. Like, I just remember like every Christmas morning because, like, as people get like new cell phones, they give their kids
Mhm.
their old cell phones, and
Yeah.
and then you just get that onslaught of like those 911 disconnect phone calls and different things like that. But Honestly, over
Right.
Christmas, it was just I actually enjoyed being there just because, like, especially for me, like, I didn't always have I didn't have this, like, home base to go to. So for
Mhm.
me, I was like, "I'll work your shift," and it was, like, double time or, like, time and a half. So I was like, "Make that money." And
Yeah,
so
dude.
it was nice. So, sometimes working out like, I enjoyed it. So now like, this Christmas, I'll have it off, which is nice. I'll be able to be with my littles, but anyways. Oh, yeah, you have
Oh,
to read what Cassie said, it was
there
so
you
funny.
go. Yes, Cassie says, "We had not one, but 2 pooping dog calendars exchanged. Guy who gifted one also received one.
Yeah,
We are definitely a well-meshed team."
how much do people think alike? And they weren't the same calendars. That's what I was surprised by. Like, they were these 2 separate pooping calendars. So, I have a suggestion for those who like, we have a canine calendar, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Why did they not make 2 versions? One, like, that's the professional cute one, and 2 of them pooping?" Because, like, our canines get into some mischief, and they poop at, like, seriously inappropriate places. Like, it could be a school, it could be like, "Now's not a good time, this is chief's office," like, other things like that. And so, I just think having if your canines need a calendar fundraising idea, make a pooping calendar. People like to buy those. Like we would buy one. So
There you go.
there
Yeah,
you
I mean,
go.
I would get one just to I would you know what? I would be that person. I would be that person that
Yep.
would buy one like, and then give it to
Yes.
someone, and then I get the
Exactly.
same thing back. Yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
that would be
So
my karma for that.
there you go.
So as you're talking about, um, you get that onslaught of phone calls, and a lot of people, when there's new phones, Christmas time, whatever, and most of the time, people end up saying after you say, 911, where's your emergency? Oh, I don't have an emergency. We got a new gift. We just wanted to try it out just to make sure it works. I'm glad, in a
Yep.
way, I'm glad because if you do have to call, then damn it, call
Yep.
in because that's why we're there.
Now you're all set up. Yeah.
But
You got
also
all
with
figured
that,
out.
I was going to leave this for a few other spots down, but I'm going to put this on the screen right now for those who were here last week. I shared this already, but something was said on YouTube when I shared the clip, and I want to address this. So I'm just going to go ahead and address it now. All right, here we go. I'm going to put it up here on the screen. All right, so the meme says, obviously, there's the Grinch there with his big old evil smile. Like, yes. Because that's what was in my head. That's the smile I had when we found this kid that was playing on the phone. But it says your smile when you find the address of the snotty kid who's been calling 911 on a deactivated cell phone, but also telling you, you can't find me. Now, this kid called many, many, many times. Okay. Part of the story was that we ended up finding this kid. We sent an officer out there to an address. We weren't for sure that this was the address, right? Because this is a deactivated phone, but we had some information. So we sent an officer out there to do welfare check just in case. And when the officer pulls up, the officer keys up, says that he's on scene, and says, I'm pretty sure, Central, that this is the house because there was a kid looking outside the living room window and just ran away. And sure as shit, it turned out that it was the right house because I'm sitting there and I get a 911 call and it's that cell phone number. And I answer the phone and I hear the officer say, "Ricardo, it's me. Is this the phone number that the kid was calling from?" And I said, "Yes, yes, it is." And I can hear mom in the background yelling at the kid, like, "I told you not to be playing with the phone," and just going on and on. And the officer had the kid get on the phone and apologize to me and then apologize to my partner, which was awesome. Now, here's the thing. I posted that clip all over social media. And I posted it on YouTube. And there was a person, didn't have a real name or anything to it, but the person said something to the effect of, um, "Great way to spend our tax dollars," and they put, like, the hand clapping emoji. I haven't responded in the comments, but I wanna respond now. It is. And thank you for seeing that, because it is the moment that we didn't send someone out there to check on that kid that something would have happened and it would have been bad. And that same person probably would have said, "Is that what my tax dollars are going to? Nobody's going out to check the kid?" Damned if you do, damned if you don't, man. It was a funny story. Laugh.
Yeah.
Quit being a dick.
Well, and also though, like we have, I don't know if I told you the story before, where we were getting like 60 to 62 911 hangups from a certain cell phone, and it was interfering with our regular calls. And I don't think people realize that. So it's
Yeah.
not necessarily because we need to necessarily do something with this call, but this call is preventing us from happening or from answering other calls if it continues to come in. And so we got to stop. It's basically stopping the bleed. We got to stop the bleed. You got a leak in your boat, you're going to stop that. And so with our 911 calls, the same thing, we're going to protect that. Anyway, so we were getting over 60 calls, and like it ended up being the Chick-fil-A cow that was calling us. So it was some kid wearing the Chick-fil-A costume, and because it was so loose, his cell
Yeah.
phone was freaking banging around. And like, and so when it was banging around, it kept calling us. We were like, what the hell? What the hell? Anyway, so when they were like, it was the cow, we were like, wait, what? So, because we sent officers, we're like, somebody at Chick-fil-A is just calling us nonstop. Like, it must be like we had guessed, like it must be worker or maybe somebody in the playland. I don't know, but we're like, it's just overwhelming us because it was so many calls. And so, isn't that so funny? It was this person in this costume because they went there and they're like, hey, who owns this phone? And the workers knew. They're like, oh, that's so and so's number. He's over there in the costume. Cow. So it ended up being really funny. They're like, sir, could you please take your phone out of your udders? So
You know what would have been hilarious is if, the person in the cow costume saw the officers rolling up and just started hauling ass running,
yeah, like
and
they had no
if it was
idea,
in the
but that would
cam,
have been yeah, that would be funny.
oh, that would have been hilarious. But, I mean, what do you think about that? Just really quick, with that person said that it was a good waste of tax dollar money, you know that if we had not sent somebody out there, because here's the thing too, and I explained this in that clip, that this kid was not just messing around on the phone. After a little while, he started saying some pretty gnarly stuff.
Yeah.
And it was at that time we're like, okay, even though this kid is playing around and we think this kid is playing around, we need to do everything we can to try to find this kid
Well,
just
and also
in
to confirm,
case.
just in case. Yeah, because like
Yeah,
sometimes kids like that will be in a position where they're not being supervised properly, or there's like other things going on. We've been to homes where the parents were passed out, overdosed, and they were. This is the way they were acting out. So I agree with you. I mean, it's sad that people don't see that, and you know what? Too bad for them. That's okay.
right. That's why I said damned if you do, damned if you don't, man.
Yep.
But it was a funny story, which is why I was sharing it, but
Yeah, it
also
was
in the
funny. Yeah.
same sense, dude, if we hadn't, that would have been, the time that something happened and we would have been on the news, and
Yeah.
that same person
I
or
know. Well,
someone
and
like them would have been
yeah.
talking shit. What do you do?
Yeah,
Uh,
Amy
Amy over
says
here,
you're
go ahead.
oh, yeah, I'll let you read it. You
Huh?
read it, and then I have a Santa
Oh.
story.
Okay. Amy says, "You're absolutely correct, can never make them happy, but Dawn is right. It interferes with other calls coming in. Track them down and send an officer out."
Yep.
Boom.
Simple. Yeah. So I tell you, one of the weird calls that we had was it was Christmas time, and so we had a whole area that was all decorated by the city, huge lights. It was just something free that people could go to. Anyways, we ended up getting a couple calls from people like all right back to back, and they're like, "Hey, we'd like to make a complaint on the city Santa that you guys have here. He's being kind of creepy," and we were all like, "We don't have a city Santa." And so there was like this pervert who went to this and like and so people just assumed like, oh, the city must have bought a Santa. And so like this sex offender in the Santa suit just like parked his butt at yes, how horrifying, at the
Dude,
but luckily the parents were all on site. They just thought like his interaction, like he was just like they could sense like something was off. So I was glad that they called, but what randomness, how weird, right? Oh my gosh, those
yeah.
people. So, like, what a crazy Santa story. But so luckily we were able to quickly handle it because the light place was right by our police department, and so we just they went over there right away and like, Santa, you're done. So
Right. Yeah, that was
yeah,
like
isn't that
Chester
crazy?
Claus. That's
Yeah,
messed up.
Chester Claus. But yeah, does anybody have what's a funny? I want a funny Santa or a funny Christmas story. I know that some people do like the ATL of Santa, and I think that's always funny. On Christmas morning or things like that.
Oh, for sure. Oh, hold on. Let me look over here really quick as people are thinking and typing or whichever. Char over here says, yes, 100% needed to be handled. 911 doesn't have infinite available phone lines. Yep. The the little jerk could have prevented someone with an actual emergency from getting help ASAP. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Angie says, not going to be politically correct. Screw it. That is funny shit. And you know that
Yeah.
if you have ever had to deal with it. Yeah, exactly. Also, for the person who ended up saying that, like, I bet you're a lot of fun at parties. I hope you have the day you deserve.
I need to say that more. I
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, bad Santa. So I'm trying to think of some of the other calls that I can remember out of Christmas time, but I do remember one Christmas that I ended up working an 18-hour shift. It was Christmas Eve, and during that time we were super super low staff, and people were calling in. People were getting sick, but as any other center, because we were working like crazy, so now people are getting sick and everything, and I ended up working 18 hours on phones, dude. I'd never changed. I
Oh,
never
that's
switched
awesome.
positions, so it was 18 hours, but the good thing though was that it was, well, a couple good things. A few. One, I was there with my family. I was there with my family, my Thin Gold Line family, and everybody out there in the field. Two, it was blizzard-like weather, so there wasn't a lot of calls coming in because people were
Yeah.
actually staying home. So we were just kinda chilling, just hanging out, playing some Scrabble or whatever. Of course, there were some calls that were coming in and stuff. And then thirdly, time and a half, baby. It was time and a half.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
But
Makes it
then
so nice.
yes, but then I go home the next morning and I stayed up and we did Christmas time and Christmas Day
Yeah.
time, everything, and had Christmas breakfast. And then I went to sleep for like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours, got up, spent the rest of the time with the family, and went right back into dispatch. Oh my
Oh, that
lord.
sounds awful.
It was
Ugh,
horrible. It was
I
bad.
I would get migraine if I did that, but yeah.
By the end of the shift, I felt like hell. Yeah, it definitely was crappy.
Yeah, that
What are
sounds
you gonna
bad.
do?
What are you gonna do? Amy has a fun thing that she had a guy call up and say, "Don't worry, the fire's out. I just have one question." And okay, and she responds, "I used the fire extinguisher. Can I still eat the cookies?" Like, I want to know what you said. What did you say, Amy?
Right,
Did you
yeah, what
pause or were you very quick with like no?
right, exactly. Was there any, let's check with poison control or like, had the person done it already, That's why I'm saying,
Yes,
you would have
yeah.
to probably check with poison control, be
They
like, "Hey,
use yeah. Did you?
so"
How many cookies have you eaten? Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm curious to see what Amy says. But that is pretty funny though, to
Yeah, well, while she's typing, I'll tell you, I forgot about this one. We had a manger, like, so it had,
Mhm.
like, baby Jesus, the whole thing. Anyways, people love stealing baby Jesus. I don't know why. So we had to put a tracker on him. So, like, as soon as baby Jesus was picked up and stolen, it would be like an alarm would sound in our dispatch center, like, "Baby Jesus on the move," like, and so we would
Are you
have to,
for
like
real?
yeah, I'm dead serious. And I was like, it was just so funny. We're like, "All right, baby Jesus, you gotta go," like, we would do these, like we would dispatch out these calls for baby Jesus because of he was stolen. I don't know why somebody got mess with the manger. Jeez.
That is pretty hilarious, though. I mean, someone got away with the manger. Ah,
No, that one was
that was
so bad
it
it
was
hurt.
horrible. It
It was
was
bad.
horrible. I mean, I had to throw in a dad joke. Come on now. What did Amy
Yeah.
say? Read it.
She says, "This was in '99, no actual recordings. I struggled to say sure, but go to the ER first." But no, so she said, "No, are you stupid?"
Oh, that is the best. Let's see. Cassie says, I worked a 16-hour shift on Christmas because my kids were with their dad. The news came to interview, and I said, if I can't be with my family, I'm happy to spend with my work family. They quoted me in the paper saying, I'd rather be with my work family.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Do you have that, like, clipping still?
That is perfect.
I just want that framed at work if you have that. Damn it, news.
Oh man, that is so good. Thank you for sharing that, Cassie. That is great. I remember it wasn't exactly Christmas, but I think it was the week of Christmas. It was leading up to it. And I know that I have shared the story before, but I want to share it again, especially for this episode. It was the middle of the night, and it was snowing really, really bad, and there was an opening where it stopped snowing just for a little bit, and I get a phone call on 911, and it's a lady who's calling because of her husband, and I can hear him in the background just in pain. What had happened was that because he noticed that it wasn't snowing anymore, he wanted to get ahead of the next snowstorm that was going to be coming in the next couple hours or whatever it was. So he went outside to um to snowblow, and it was stuck. So it was one of those that like up in front, it's got the blades,
Yeah.
and there was something that was stuck, and I guess he didn't turn it off or something. So when he went, he put his arm in to dislodge whatever was stuck. And when he did it, the blade started going again and caught his arm. So he's stuck in this snowblower, and I can hear him, and I'm going through my EMD, I'm going through everything, but I'm also telling him, like, don't remove, I told her, I said, did you shut it off? And she goes, yeah, we shut it off already, but he's stuck. Can we just yank it out? And I said, unless he is in like life threatening, like danger, don't move. Like just there's going to be someone who's going to come to help you. Well, they were on some like back roads, and there were no plows that were going to be going up in there. And so EMS is trying to get through all of the snow, right? So I end up paging out for any surrounding like first responders or volunteer firefighters or something that can go over there. And luckily, a few houses down, there was someone, and they said they were gonna go run over there. And when I get back on the line with them, because I had put them on hold for just a moment to try to find somebody to go and help him while EMS was getting over there, I get back on the phone, and he is screaming even more loud. Why? Because they yanked his arm out. Like he ended up yanking it out before anybody got there. So now it's worse.
Yeah.
Everyone ends up getting out there. They transport him. Get this shit. The next day, I get called into the office because those people called because they wanted to sue me because his arm got jacked up. And I said, why are they going to sue me? And
Yep.
they said, they claim that you told him to pull his arm out. And I said, you listened to the tape, right? And she started laughing, and she goes, yeah, I did. I even played it for them. And they said, never mind.
There you go. Yeah, that's wild.
Dude.
Jeez. Especially because, like, in those incidents, like, when it's actually it can be holding, like, the bleeding, when it's like, just stay put for a second. So,
Right.
interesting. So
Yeah,
weird.
because the person who was en route to him that was just a few houses down had a bunch of equipment and other stuff, and they were going over there, and they
Do it
ended up
effectively.
getting there, but yeah, but the dude had already tugged his arm out, and I'm like, I said no.
Now when
But
you
then
think of snowblowers, yeah.
right, but
Jeez.
then, they're wanting to take me out for it. I'm like, "Dude, I that's why we have a good recording system."
There you go. People are crazy.
So, yeah. So going along with some of these crazy things that happened during Christmas time, I wanna share a story that, something that happened to me and my family, and, this is kind of crazy because this was also, I believe, around the time hold on. Sabrina says, "We seem to get phone calls, most of them on our admin line, asking us what food places are open on Christmas Day."
That's important. I allow it.
Yeah,
I like
no,
food.
there you go.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But usually it's Chinese food. Like Chinese food places always open on Christmas.
I mean, it's been like that ever since A Christmas Story, you know?
Yeah.
You can go and you can get your duck and
Or
or
pho.
your yeah,
Open
or
24/7.
all snaps, or or some 50 shades of chicken.
There you go.
Char says stupidity equals first responder job security. That's right. FRJS.
Yeah. Let's see.
Exactly. Yes. So, um, I don't remember how old I was. I was like 13, maybe 12 or 13 when this happened. And I also believe that this was during the time that there were these crazy UFO sightings in Michigan. I shit you not. The new updated version of Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, there's an episode that talks about those UFO sightings and everything that happened during that time. There's also 911 tapes being played from the county that was actually north of the county that I worked for. I want to see, actually, I'll say this really quick. I want to see if I can find the dispatcher that worked that night and interview that person because the tapes are out there. I want to find this person. This was Ottawa County in Michigan. I'm going to find it and we're
There
going to
you
make
go.
this happen. Yes.
I like it.
So, oh, Chantel, what's up, Chantel? She says, I've often said, um, so long as criminals are dumb and folks don't obey traffic laws, I'll always have a job. Yep. This is true.
There you go.
This is true. So I was about 12 or 13. Okay. And my dad's mom, she was really sick during this time. They weren't exactly sure if she was going to make it. So my dad and his siblings that were in Michigan all went to meet with their siblings and see their mom over there in Texas. He was gone for a few months. Like he was gone. and it was just us there at the house, my mom, my siblings and I, and my mom's mom. And during this time, we were all we were getting ready to present or perform rather the nativity. You know, we were gonna do that the Christmas story. And so we're at my aunt's house. That's about 20 or so minutes away from where we lived. And we were out there really late. My mom and my aunt and my grandmother are like sewing our costumes and we are practicing lines like we were actually doing this production, okay? And we all go home. When we get home, I'm carrying my mom's big ass Singer um uh sewing machine.
Yeah. Those are
And
big.
I'm hell yeah, dude. And I'm in front. Whoa, something just flew by me. That was
Is
I don't
it
know
that
what that
wasp?
was. I think it is. I think it was that wasp for real. So um I'm in front of everyone. Walking into my old house, there was this little porch area, and which is where we would stand and wait for the bus to show up because it would be super cold outside. So we're waiting there, and I go to open the door as everyone is coming in, and the door just opens. Now, here's the kind of creepy thing. On the inside of the door, we had sleigh bells. So we knew every time someone was leaving or coming into the house because you would hear those sleigh bells hit the door. Well, when I went to go and like I got kind of pushed into the door a little bit, the door just opened and you could hear the sleigh bells going off. And I remember gasping and I looked back at my mom and I said, "Did you not lock the door or shut it? Because it just opened." And she goes, "No, I locked it." I looked down, you could see where someone had kicked the door in. We turned around and hauled ass. Like my my mom like grabbed my grandmother and just like almost like she grabbed everyone except for me because I had to sing her sewing machine. But it was like
Yeah, you're on your own.
she went into mama bear mode, dude.
Yeah.
Grabbed everyone and ran outside, and I'm running behind with the sewing machine, get in the car, haul ass back. We go to the gas station, get on the payphone, for those who don't know what that is, a payphone, call 911, and we have an officer go to meet us at the house. Now, we ended up going to my aunt's house because it was gonna be a little while. So, we went back and then went back to the house. Behind my house was another house that we rented out to my aunt. So, we all stayed there, and my mom went inside with the deputy to check out the house, and none of our stuff was stolen except for clothes. It was odd. We had
Yeah.
so many different electronics and everything, but that was the only thing that was stolen. So, we ended up leaving. We stayed with my aunt for, like, a week, and we had the locks changed and everything else. Dude, the first night that we go back home, the first night,
Oh, yeah.
we all stay in my grandmother's room.
Oh,
No one wanted to stay in their own
yeah,
room because we were all
I
freaked out,
understand.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, all freaked out. And, her room was, like, right where the living room is, and then we had on the side of the house, there was the sliding door, and we had a deck. So, we all crash out. I wake up in the middle of the night because I hear, like, some talking, and I open the door to my grandmother's room, and I peek out into the living room, and my mom is standing there talking to one of the deputies. And I'm like, "What the hell happened? What was going on?" The deputy leaves, and my mom is just, like, freaking out, and I walk up to her, and I hugged her, and I said, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And she goes, "Someone tried to break in just a little while ago." And I said, "What?" And she goes, "Someone just tried to break in." So, it was at that sliding door where the deck was. So she heard, like, "Oof, oof," like someone yanking on it. She goes out and stands by the sliding door, and she can see the silhouette of the person, dude, and they're trying to yank on the sliding door to get in, and, I said, "What did you do?" She's like, "Well, 1, I called 911, and I yelled out that I called the police, but also yelled out, like, that, she had a weapon, that they were gonna be sorry, and they ended up running off." This
Jeez.
was all during Christmas time. Merry Christmas.
That's crazy. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, and here my family, we're playing, like, the Switch games, like Mario and stuff. Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
That's
This
scary.
was
I would
early
forget.
90s when this
Yeah,
happened. It's freaking nuts. That is
that is
something that I will
wild.
never forget. Yeah,
Yeah.
and when I
So now you have this, like, core Christmas memory.
yes. So when I ended up working for, or going to work for the dispatch center in the county that I grew up in, the last one that I was at, I looked up that call because we have our in-house, computer that goes back years and years and
Sure.
years, and I thought, "I wanna check it out and see, just what's on there," and I read it, and I went back in time to that time. Oh, it was crazy. I was waiting for my mom to jump into the audience here and be like, yeah, it was crazy." Usually she does. She's probably just chilling watching. She's not gonna type anything.
She's that's so crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely nuts. But, along with my time in dispatch, one of the things that was the most fun, and I'll say it this way, just in case there's, mixed company and everything. But one of the best things was when I got a phone call about a Santa sighting. And I had the chance to put out that BOL because someone
Yeah.
saw him flying around. And I remember getting on the radio and giving that information out. It was one of the coolest things ever to be able to do, to get that phone call about the sighting and just get a chance to put that information out. And I ended up keeping the audio. I share it every year. I'm not putting it on here, but um, a while later, I got a phone call from one of the local fire chiefs. And he said how cool it was to hear that go over the radio because his grandchildren were sitting there with him when that happened, and that they got real super happy, but also were like, "Oh, we gotta go." And they hauled ass running. And I remember sitting there listening to him say this, and I got emotional, man. I was like, that is really cool. Thank you
That's,
for calling to tell me that, because that was really awesome.
well, yeah, that's cool. I like it.
Yeah. That was an excellent, excellent moment. Um, Before we get to the
12
12
days
days
of
of
Christmas.
Christmas. Yes, the 12 days of Christmas. I want to play something. Um this is an old video, okay? And let me see here.
While you're pulling that up, I'm gonna read
Yeah,
Cassie's
go
comment.
ahead.
She says,
Yes, go
"We
ahead.
had a we had a dog, a German Shepherd mix named Mr. Schultz, that my parents gave away for reasons. A year later, we're having Christmas Eve and hear something at the door, and lo and behold, it was Mr. Schultz. And they got to keep him after that. That's really cool.
That is cool.
So, I like the name Mr. Schultz.
I like that as
Very
well.
formal for your dog.
So that is very regal.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that's one being played here. Okay, yeah. All right. Let me read. Hold on. I'm gonna play this here in just a second. So it says, Sabrina says here, we love doing those. We have our law enforcement and fire guys call, always wanting to know about what time we are doing it. Excuse me. And they always want to make sure they have their radios on when we give it out so their families can hear it. Love it. When I ended up putting out that be on the lookout, the officers got into it as well. They were keying up on the radio and stuff, and they were saying what they saw and all this other stuff, and it was, again, one of
I
the
like
coolest
that. That's
things. Yeah.
cool.
All right. So I I'm just listening to it to myself here. It's only a minute long, but this this is one of my, definitely a core memory, and I'm pretty sure this is from that year when that all that stuff happened. So here we go. Hopefully there's no echo. I was testing this earlier and to my homie Nicole. Thank you so much for helping me out with this. So, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can do it this way instead. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Okay, hold on. Let me put it this way.
You're like, oh no.
Okay. So here is this, and I'm going to have to switch the audio. So hold on one second. Hopefully there's not an echo on your end, Don.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, hold on. Let me set this up really quick. So this is my family. This is from 1992, and this is, well, you'll see.
Iván and Mom. Sí, soy Dad and Mom.
My brother's opening up a present.
Oh, you were supposed to do that one right now.
He wasn't supposed to get it.
Yeah. Well,
I can't see what it is.
It's a Sega Genesis controller.
You were supposed to do that till tomorrow.
Oh, that's funny.
And then there's me taking it like, what?
So then it's cats out of the bag.
Wait till tomorrow. That's a secret thing. You have to wait till tomorrow.
That's funny. Christmas
Yeah.
memories.
Yes, that is a core memory. So the direction that my brother's facing, that's what that sliding door is that I was talking about. Oh man, yeah. So again, that is one of my that is a core memory, and so happy that we have that video. And we do
Yeah.
still have the VHS tape, but that video there, and we've talked to her mom about that and stuff, and she just laughs. She's like, "I have no idea how that happened. It wasn't supposed to happen, but it made for a funny moment." But you can hear my mom's voice. She's like, "Oh, brother," or whatever she says.
Yeah. That's funny.
Like, whoops.
Like, oh
Yes.
darn it. Oh darn it.
I know, like, shucks.
What do you
But yeah,
do?
it was a Sega Genesis controller. We ended up getting a Sega Genesis with Sonic the Hedgehog,
It'd be
and
weird if
it
you
was
didn't.
I know, right?
That's funny. Cats out of the bag. That's so
Yes,
funny.
exactly. All right, my friend. It's that
12 days of
time.
Christmas.
It is the 12 Days of Christmas Dispatch Edition.
I'm ready for you to sing it. You better have music in the background.
I can't play music in the background because it'll get
Just
flagged. It'll get flagged.
Oh, lame. Lame.
I know.
If I was good to drum roll, yeah, Lori's drum roll. Can't see it.
Just like
There's a
on
lot of
Christmas Vacation.
yeah, yeah, like that. How funny.
All right. So, I just sent it to you. You sure you don't want to go back
I'm
and
good.
forth?
This is you.
Oh,
Nope, I'll
come
do.
on,
Let me
Dawn.
drink my soda. I'm enjoying this.
All right. And now, the 12 Days of Christmas Dispatch Edition. This sucks, man. I thought you were gonna do this with me.
No, I'm with you.
Oh,
With you.
you're with me, but okay. On the first day of Christmas, a caller gave to me a drunk person stuck in a tree. You know what it was gonna be originally? I was gonna put a naked person.
Oh,
A
I
naked
can see that.
person stuck in a tree, yeah.
Yep. Too cold.
On the second day of Christmas, a caller gave to me what was it? It was two ladies fighting and a drunk person stuck in a tree. Come on, man, you gotta jump in on this too. I sent it to you in the private chat. On the third day of Christmas, a caller gave to me
a 3-car pile up.
two ladies fighting.
And a drunk person stuck in a tree.
Oh, that's great. Okay, you start out the fourth one.
On the 4th day of Christmas, a caller gave to me. You get this one.
Oh,
4 foot chases. There we go.
A 3-car pile up.
Two ladies fighting.
And a drunk person stuck in a tree. There, I gave you some, some record scratching there. But on
There
the
you go.
5th day of Christmas, a caller gave to me 5 open mics.
4-foot chases.
3-car pile up.
2 ladies fighting.
And a drunk person stuck in a tree. We're almost there. On the 6th day of Christmas, the caller gave to me 6 cars a crashing.
5 open mics.
4 foot chases.
3-car pile up.
2 ladies fighting.
And a drunk person stuck in a tree.
Oh, wait a minute. Cassie says chases. Laugh my ass off. Captions said cheeses.
I like
I didn't even think about the closed captioning and everything, what it would actually say. That is funny.
Yeah. Nothing
On
can
the
understand me.
on
So.
on the 7th day of Christmas, a caller gave to me 7 calls a holding.
6 cars a crashing.
5 open mics.
4-foot cheeses.
Jesus. 3-car pile up.
2 ladies fighting.
And a drunk person stuck in a tree. On the 8th day of Christmas, a caller gave to me 8 suspicious persons.
7 calls a holding.
6 cars a crashing.
5 open mics.
4 foot chases.
3-car pile up.
2 ladies fighting.
And a drunk person stuck in a tree. And I don't have any more, so the rest is you.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you don't have any more?
It's gone in the private chat. I have no more else.
Are you kidding?
Nope.
No way.
Yes way. It's all
There you go.
Oh shit.
Aha!
Nothing. You just re-put. Okay. Where are we
Okay,
at?
you can start out the 9th.
On the 9th day of Christmas, a caller gave to me 9 family get-together fights.
8 suspicious persons.
7 calls a holding.
6 cars a crashing.
5 open mics.
4 foot chases.
3-car pile up.
2 ladies fighting.
And a drunk person stuck in a tree.
Yeah, almost there. On the 10th day of Christmas, a caller gave to me 10 lines of ringing.
9 family get-together fights.
8 suspicious persons.
7 calls a holding.
6 cars a crashing.
5 open mics.
4 foot chases.
3-car pile up.
2 ladies fighting.
And a drunk person stuck in a tree.
Yeah.
On the 11th day of Christmas, a caller gave to me a residential alarm zone 11. That was so good. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Why did I get that one?
I don't know. 10 lines of ringing.
9 family get-together fights.
8 suspicious persons.
7 calls a holding.
6 cars a crashing.
5 open mics.
4 foot chases.
3-car pile up.
2 ladies fighting.
And a drunk person stuck in a tree. Rounded off
On the 12th day of Christmas, a caller gave to me 12 911 hang-ups.
A residential zone. Oh my God. 11 residential zone. Alarm zone 11?
Oh man, 10 lines of ringing.
9 family get-together fights.
8 suspicious persons.
7 calls a holding.
6 cars are crashing.
5 open mics.
4 foot chases.
3-car pile up.
2 ladies fighting.
And a drunk person stuck in a tree.
In
That was
a
awful.
tree.
They're in a tree.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah, now you guys can see the song. Honestly, someone else should have done this. We need to get a professional. And thank you,
Oh,
Joe.
look, Joe Serio is in there.
Yeah. We need to get a professional. The Zone 11 alarm one, that was a
We should have
dick
brought
move.
Joe in here to play his fucking harmonica while we were
Yeah,
doing
there
that.
you go. There you go.
Yes, and
Yeah,
a
honestly,
drunk person
Like,
in
I don't know if
a
you guys
train.
play games at work, like on the holidays, whether you want to do this game or you want to do bingo cards, but do something fun for your center if you're going to be in this. Um, Bust out your harmonica.
That's right.
So, yeah, do some,
Exactly. Yes, because
make it more fun. You can do it. So there you go.
Char says,
There
"Great,
you
I'm going to be coding to a call over Christmas, singing this song in my head. Thanks, guys. You're welcome."
go. Yeah, and make it your own. Whether you have like and one stabbing and or whatever it is. No, we had it's on my mind because we had a stabbing at our Winco today. So it was in
What?
our at our customer service line. Um, Someone was standing there and a random person stabbed him in the neck, but which was awful and sad. But when they were dispatching it, they were like, he was stabbed by customer service. So like, shit, why would customer service do that? No, it's like no, like he was stabbed physically by, not like customer service is probably stabby because it's Christmas time and like, but like not that stabby. Like so he was
Holy
stabbed with something
moly.
like field. But yeah, not wild. But anyways, you guys, yeah, like the random. But come up with something fun. I would like to hear it later. If people had a fun round off that they did for their 12 days of Christmas.
Oh, for sure. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Serena
Cassie
says they'll have
says, "Go
bingo
ahead."
cards. I like that. Oh, I was just reading
Oh,
Serena's. Yeah, bingo cards, gingerbread house. Oh, gingerbread house contest. I like that.
I
Ugly
do like
sweaters.
that. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
some team
Cassie.
building and shit right there too.
Yeah, Winko. That's gonna be a harmonica solo in dispatch. Selena. Oh, how funny.
Yeah, there you go. Ugly sweaters and IM91 Santa hats. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Thank you,
There you
all of you, for joining us. This was an excellent time. Dawn, thank you for being here. This was so much fun. This was good.
go. Yeah, you're welcome.
And for singing with me.
Yeah, that was I should have got 2 hats for that. I'm not a
Dang,
singer. I do
dude.
not have any. I'm talented in
I should
that.
have I should have
I
I
can't
should
even
have
speak.
announced you. I
Announce
should
whatever.
have gone, ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen.
on the mic tonight, Dawn Shumway,
Whoop, whoop.
DDPQ.
Whatever. Yeah.
Have an
But yeah.
excellent night, rest of the night, rest of the shift, whatever is going on. And also, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. And if you are going to be working, thank you so much for doing what you do. Dawn, again, thank you very much for being here with me. This was great. Oh, say that out loud.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait, Char says, we know we will be slammed and we blame the chief. He sent an email today that said, have a wonderful, safe, and Q word holiday season. Oh, no sooner did the email hit inboxes and stations started rolling in. Dude. It happens, right? It ends up happening. What the hell? Again, have an excellent night. Merry Christmas to everyone. This live broadcast and episode 523, sponsored by InDigital, a leader next gen core services. Big shout out to all subscribers. Thank you so very much. You can find everything on links with 2eyes.co/WTT podcast. You can see this on Facebook, YouTube, as well as X. And then you can listen to the flagship show 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And we'll see you guys later. Woo. Have a good one.